Hello, Grixis here and welcome to this super surprise extra video in December. I just really wanted to play in my sketchbook and use mediums I haven't used in ages, and I thought why not to film it and bring you with me. So today I'm just gonna paint birds because this is the theme. It's close to me. I know how to paint birds now, but I think I'm a little bit rusty in these mediums, so for those of you who have watched my channel for a long time, you know that at first I was really into acrylic gouache and I actually have a lot of tubes, but I think I will use just primaries and just mix the colors myself, and maybe I will use misty blue because I do remember that was one of my favorite colors. I'm also going to use neocolors because even though I have neocolors in my sand acrylic, I never reach for them, so I just thought I'm gonna use them as well. And then cherry on top are these soft pastels, which I made in this tiny little box, and I added rice so it doesn't kind of get dirty quickly. But I haven't used these soft pastels as well, so I thought maybe I will try to use it this time. And I might use colored pencils as well. We'll see. But yeah, this is kind of my mediums today. This is actually a sketchbook I got in one of the subscription boxes, I think. And I think at first it was meant to be flower sketchbook. I started it in June 2022. As you can see, yeah, it's been a while. It's not finished as well. I think I was exploring like flower themes before. This is empty for some reason, and then I painted this, I think, in one of the Patreon exclusive videos. And I think this was just as I was getting into watercolors, and I still painted with them like using gouache, I think, because a lot of colors are used more opaquely. And yeah, this is the next page. There's still half sketchbook left. I have this gorgeous panko clip, and yeah, it's one of my favorite tools now because it just keeps sketchbook flat and I can work on just creating art. And yeah, I think this is how we will do it. I'm going to paint blackbirds, 2 blackbirds actually, and I have this picture which I might put on the screen at some moment. And I'm just using Pixabay reference picture. It's royalty-free website. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of quickly outline and try to be really loose. I think sometimes I tend to just get into a lot of details, and I think I really want to just play and explore this time and not worry about it being perfect. I would say I am more like in a slower artist type, so yeah, I tend to focus on a lot of smaller things. But yeah, I really want to just enjoy the process. And if you enjoy more of these videos, please don't forget to leave it a like, so it can reach more people, and I will know as well that you would love to see more of these kind of videos. I think like a year ago, I thought I will do more like map crunching and I will bring you with me. But I haven't done a lot of videos like that on YouTube. I do have Zoom sessions on my Patreon, so I think that's where I kind of sketch more from reference pictures and bring everyone with me. So yeah, I just thought I will get back to it. And I think I also really want to just film more videos on YouTube. I think last year was a little bit quieter for me over here because I was working on a book. And I still think that I will work on another book in 2025. I just think I will try to combine everything a little bit better this time. Actually, let me just go and change it because I have dirty water. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay. I think this is better. Anyways, I'm just gonna put it on the side. I'm just gonna use one of the palettes, ceramic palettes I have. I'm just gonna add primaries and the misty blue because I just really love the misty blue color. I need to add white as well so I can get lighter tones. But yeah, this is like, let's just go back to basics, I guess. And just see what we can do with everything. I think my idea is to start with gouache first, and then I'm going to build up layers with mixed mediums, like using crayons and pencils and maybe soft pastels. Okay, this is my main gouache colors which I will be using, and I have some brushes which I'm not using in my watercolor illustrations. I mean, I have tried this one. This is Rosemary & Co. But I still prefer the Princeton Aqua Elite. So I think I might go with this one for this illustration. And I think this is Turner brush. Let me just kind of use this little bit like as watercolors. But I mean, I can always paint over, and I think this is something I really, really loved, that I can just paint over. And I also can play with opacity. I think the pencil I used, this is Albert Durer, so it does mix with water, and I guess there will be a little bit more greenish background. I did not think of that when I used it. But yeah, I guess it will be fine. I did not use it like really heavily. I'm trying to remember actually when was the last time I used gouache. The acrylic gouache. I have used traditional gouache more often these days because I do have it in my sand acryl. I mixed my own art toolkit palettes with gouache, and I really love all the colors I use for this palette. So I do use it when I go outside and sketch. But I think the acrylic gouache, probably like I haven't used it for 2 years from this moment, which is really crazy to think about. Okay, so this is kind of the background. I'm kind of using it watery, almost like watercolor. And then let's just try to mix darker tone from primaries. This kind of violet-y. Just adding more yellow. I'm just gonna add this one. If we want to mix dark color, especially like blacks and grays, we use all the primary colors. It's all about the proportions. This is, I think, too blue now. But I think this will be alright for now. Just gonna do the same over here as well. I think I'm using this medium a little bit like as watercolor, so I will just try to add more of the gouache. Now, while this is drying, I think I will use this brush to make some, I guess, branches, but I want to make them mid-layer because blackbirds, they will be the darkest one and the background will be the lightest one. So I want to make a mid-tone branch color. So I'm actually going to mix these all primaries but add a little bit more yellow and red, and mix it together with misty blue. So let's see. Yeah, something like this. This is alright. So now I'm just really loosely sketching out. It's a little bit brighter than I thought they will, but maybe that's good. So I'm just gonna add, there's like tiny little details over here. Like there's tiny little buds over here. So I'm just using the sides of this brush to just make some marks. The same with here, and I think this is just going here. Just gonna add a little bit more of misty blue, so I can add kind of more distant branches. So they are out in the focus in the picture. I'm just gonna add them here. I don't think I like how this looks, so I'm just covering it up. I think that is one of the good things with gouache, is you can cover things up. So I'm just gonna do it here, and I'm just gonna paint over afterwards. I'm gonna try to mix the darkest color I could get using primaries. So let's see. Yeah, this is quite dark. A little bit here. I want to use pencil to outline the eye, because I kind of covered over. So yeah, and I really want to make an eyebrow, so let's just do that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and the second blackbird, there is eye over here, and then the beak is actually going to the side. So there's tiny little darker areas over here. So I just did like a little contrast between this branch and this branch, because I really wanted to have variety and how I approached this picture. And I added a little bit of more this reddish type of color on these branches. And now I'm thinking maybe I will add one more thing over here, which is similar to this branch, but I guess a little bit more greener. So let's see how it will go. So this is the color I'm thinking about. Maybe I could add a little bit lighter tone as well. So there's bigger contrast. In the picture, all of these branches, they look really, really similar. So this is kind of pure experimentation of how this is looking like. Because this branch is kind of, I think this branch is actually going there, but I already painted that branch in that color, and I really like how that color looks. So I'm not gonna touch it now, but I'm just gonna add different branches, and I actually do love this color. So this is, I think they kind of are different enough so there is variety. And I think this actually goes here, and then here maybe. So this branch is kind of going across like that. Okay, I'm just gonna grab smaller brush because I want to add a beak, And I think I might just go with the yellow from the tube, so there is bigger contrast. Okay. Yeah, I think yellow just from the tube is really, really good. And I'm gonna do the same over here as well. I did it. Now I needed to add feet. So I'm just gonna do it here. And in the picture, I don't see where the feet is going to be. So I'm just gonna improvise. And do it as a little bit from imagination. I think I'm gonna add a tail here. Like that. And this is too violety, so I'm wondering if I could add more water and kind of do like this small layer on top, which is still lighter than what I did at the bottom. Okay, so I think this is how it looks so far. I might just move gouache on the side and try to use different mediums I have. So let's just see. I could use pencils, but I think I will be too detail oriented. So maybe I just should use soft pastels. I just need to see if it's all dried up. Okay. I think this is whiter-ish tone. Or maybe this one. Okay. It's kind of making these marks. Let's just see. This is something dark, right? Yeah, this is kind of bluer tone. I'm gonna do the wing. This is... I suppose these are wings as well. Maybe I could add more details to like these buds. Let me just add a few more accents. I think the only thing with the soft pastels, I'm like, first of all, it's not the first thing. Soft pastels are really, really messy in my opinion. There's a lot of dust coming from them. And I think that's why I'm like getting away from this medium, because it's just really, really messy. But I also think like how to fix it to the page. And now because I'm using mixed medium, it's like, well, this is another problem I guess I should think about. But yeah, I guess there are pros and cons to every medium. I like with the soft pastels though, just you can add just like a few touches and it just completely transforms the scene. Like I am adding a little bit more of this yellowy tone for the background. And I think it kind of makes the whole piece slightly different. Let's just try to smear it in. And this is, I think, really nice to just smear it in and make it softer. I think because it's background, I do want it to be more like background-y. Move towards the background. Okay. Let's just try these crayons. And maybe I should use them just for the closer layer. This is kind of like a shadow, I guess, at the bottom from the branch. So maybe I could find something similar for this one. Like this, I guess. This is olive brown. It's actually quite a lovely tone. Maybe let's use some pencils. I really love this pencil called Forest. This is Derwent Lightfast. Maybe I could add some of the details for the blackbird even darker, so it's bigger contrast. So let me just fluff up a few feathers over here and just make it a bigger contrast. Okay, I think this is it for this page. I am quite pleased how it turned out. I have no idea how I will fix it to the page. So I might add like divider page in between. And I'm going to do another illustration in a similar way. So yeah, and I'm just going to put it as a speed paint. So hopefully this will be as fun as just this sketch as well. Let me just take the clamp. I'm just going to sign over here. Okay. And this is 29th of December. I know. I am going to try film this video and edit it in the same day. So hopefully, if you're watching this on 29th of December, write in comments 29th of December. And hopefully I will have it up. I think this is how I will leave it. I'm just going to put a page in between and just going to do another sketch. I just painted this, I would say, illustration with chaffinch and a girl. I decided this time to get inspired by the picture, but also build up my own story. So the colors are quite different than the original. I added a girl, which also wasn't planned, but I thought, oh, maybe that could be something to explore. And I decided to use different color palette as well as the previous one. I think this was a little bit more challenging because the background is not as light as the previous layer and there is not like such a dark contrast, whereas the blackbird was like really dark, so I could build the dark value, mid value and light value. But I think this is alright and I enjoyed creating this. So yeah, I didn't use soft pastels because I was afraid a little bit of smudging them. So yeah, there is no soft pastels, but there's Neocolours, which I added at the end, especially the white one, because I wanted to kind of bring up the front layer. So that's why there's like some marks of Neocolour. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I also enjoyed painting these blackbirds, which I think this is still my favorite, but I really enjoyed painting this one as well. So thank you so much for watching this week's video. If you did enjoy it, please give this video a thumbs up so it can reach more people. If you want to let me know you stayed to the very end of this video, write in the comments down below acrylic gouache so I will know. And let me know if you want to see more of these kind of videos in the future where I just have a play in sketchbook and have a chat. And I wish you all happy 2025. I hope this will be a super exciting year ahead. And thank you all so much for being here and watching this video and watching my past videos and supporting, liking, commenting. All the support means a lot to me, and I'm so grateful to have you all here and that I can create these videos and share them with you. So thank you so much, thank you. Okay, and I'm gonna go now. So have a good day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.